I am here to do my review for the season finale of Love After Lockup. I hope that they get some new couples because I think everybody's storyline is pretty much dead at this point. Brittany is a unicorn almost. I mean, she really came out and did what she said she was going to do: get her life together, have a family. Check, 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 check. She's done it all. Um, I don't, unless something crazy goes on in her life in the next couple months, year, whatever. We've already seen your mom, you trying to help your mom get clean. And I pray that that does work out someday for them. We've seen you have two kids. Now it's like, what else could you do that is going to be interesting? But, who am I to tell somebody not to get a check? Puppy and Amber. Amber, definitely is a full blown user. She should have left Puppy's mom's house when she started talking to Sammy again. It ain't cool, especially, knowing the situation, but she stayed there so that she could get her money up and do whatever she pleases, and now is trying to make it seem like she like the only reason why she's leaving is because Puppy is, unhinged, and that's not true. I mean, you kind of you helped a little, but I mean, Puppy should be able to stand on her own 2 feet. um I definitely think she'll be back in jail very soon, and I believe that she's on drugs. I don't believe that that's just alcohol that has made her lose that weight, or has her, so blah, and so just, it's like she doesn't feel. And I don't think that that's just alcohol helping her not feel. Um yeah, I don't see what their storyline could be next year unless Amber has a baby or something crazy, or goes back to jail, or something happens with this dude. Like, they're they're boring too. So I don't see, I don't understand the future for them. John and Christiana. Christiana gave her sister that little slap. You, there was no anger behind that. That was strictly for TV. There was nothing. I mean, really, and she didn't have a right to be angry, especially knowing that she has slept with one of her sister's baby daddies in the past. So it was really crazy to see it, but it was just so, there was nothing behind the slap, nothing at all. And then they're fine a second later. I don't understand why Tara and her mom are so worried about what's going on with John and his finances. You stayed there all this time for free, so obviously you didn't care. If the feds were going to come knock on his door for whatever reason, you were okay with staying there until it happens. But you speak on it. You're not that worried about it if you're going to continue to stay there, because I'm sure the mom gets a check. She had to have be getting money from somewhere because she lived on her own. So I think them speaking on that on national TV is very damaging. So yeah, I would kick them out if I was him. Once I seen it, like, y'all got to get your asses out of here. I've taken care of you all this time, and now you think I'm doing something fraudulent. Even if he is, it's nobody's business. If you are going to sit and allow and reap all the benefits, shut your mouth. That's all. I mean, that's all that there is to it. Shut your mouth. Lacey, I think Lacey is the biggest piece of blown up trash. Her lips, when she was laying in the hospital bed, like, girl, Lacey has changed herself from before and after is a very big difference. Her lips, I guess maybe, well, obviously she likes them because she has them that big, but she's trash. I hope that John can stay away from her. I hope that he can stay clean. But this new girl, as soon as she spoke, I'm like, oh my god, that's another Lacey. I mean, I'm not saying that the girl is going to be like have her Lacey's ways, but her voice and just her hair, everything. That's Lacey before Lacey, stepped her game up a little bit after a few seasons on the show. That's the beginning Lacey. Hair all over the damn place and just, a train wreck. But Sean or Shane, yeah, Shane will be John in the future. I mean, I don't believe that they'll stay together because I don't believe that Shane is enough of an alpha male to handle Lacey and how she likes to slap and buck at her dudes. Like, I believe Lacey like needs a man that's this close to physically assaulting her for her to actually really settle down and be fulfilled. Like, no woman who I know bucks at a man so much. She's looking for a fight. That's just all there is to it. She's looking for a fight. Andrea and her three friends. I don't remember their names. Couldn't care less, but I do think that the black one straddles the fence. She says what she wants to say to Andrea, but when she's not with Andrea, she says what she wants to say with the other two. Because it wasn't just the two white girls who were talking about how Andrea was dressing and how LA has changed her. The black girls, spoke on it too. So for her to run back and tell them or tell Andrea what was said, but failed to mention, I said some things too. It started, something so crazy to where, Andrea acts like, every part of her waking moment is keeping her kids off drugs. Girl, your kids ain't worried about no drugs. They're not worried about the streets. They are just, young adults trying to navigate life, and maybe a part of them doesn't want to, live by your Mormon thoughts or whatever you want to call it anymore. And that may be something that they're battling with, but your kid, the girl, no. So when she asked her friend if she's scared to go to her mailbox and her friend said yes, of course we're all like, what the hell? But it was so funny and sad that when she said it, like, my mailbox is a mile away and I'm out of shape, so I'm scared to walk to it. Girl, well, I was going to say, I would never walk to my mailbox that's a mile away, but I'm out of shape too. But a mile? Girl, if you don't put the keys in the ignition and drive to your mailbox like a normal person would, or a person who doesn't exercise, me, would, if you're scared, like, what the heck is going on? So it was really funny, and to find out, like, I mean, I don't believe that, like, there was any racial comparison behind it. I think that Andrea was already here, and like that little comment, took her, blew her top. But it was funny to see her say, like, I'm scared to go to my mailbox because I'm out of shape and my mailbox is a mile away. So I mean, it was just really funny, and like I felt really bad for her when she was crying because she did, I don't think she had any bad intention about that at all. But Andrea needs, like, the judgmental part of them that she doesn't like is what she does to Lamar and Lamar's family. And just because people don't live by Mormon guidance or Mormon law doesn't make them any less. I don't even know. Do Mormons say they're saved? I think so. Any less saved, or any, doesn't make their relationship with God any different than yours. I mean, the things that they do, some things we don't know that God is not okay with us smoking weed or whatever. Some people will say, certain things, but everybody will read a scripture in the Bible and twist it to make it fit what they want it to fit. So we don't know that that's, against God. But judging is against God, and we fail to realize that or remember that while we're making our judgments. Sean and Destiny. Whoever this guy is that she married, he's an idiot, because if she was talking to him while she was talking to Sean, what did he think, like, when she got out and didn't come see him or whatever? I mean, she could have probably snuck away and made some phone calls to him, but he didn't want to see her. Like, all this time she spent with Sean, and you're not wondering where she was. And then, I mean, maybe some time did go by that Destiny and this guy were, speaking again when she got out of jail or after she left Sean, but not enough time to get married. I mean, she just did that so she had some type of security. And then it was really funny when she called Sean from jail, and I thought that he was going to give her money. And I think the only reason why he didn't give her money is because he's now speaking with a new inmate. Like, dude, you said that you're not going to be conned again. You have no way of being able to tell if this woman from prison is conning you until she gets out and possibly does the same thing as Destiny. You need to find you a chick out here and, well, on the outside already, to play Russian roulette with, because I think that's pretty much what you're doing. And you probably were a trick to this girl too, because if you gave Destiny money, I'm sure you gave this other chick money. So, or the conversation wouldn't have carried on as long as it did. Chevelle and Quaylen. What the hell is up with dudes saying they made you? You ain't my daddy, so that's not possible. But I didn't understand what he meant by it. Maybe he meant, like, if I wasn't in jail, you wouldn't have been on the show. But I mean, is that something to be proud of? I'm not really sure. The situation, it seems to have been a little bit bigger than, of course, what we've seen, for him to just like go crazy like that. And then it may have not escalated if she wouldn't have followed him outside. But I mean, I'm a woman, so I know I would have done the same thing. But it's really good that the situation didn't get too out of hand, because he would have ended up back in jail over something very, very stupid. They weren't destined to be together, or it was not going to be a happily ever after, and she knew that. That's why she was rushing the wedding. But men don't care, or I won't say men. Some men don't care if they're married. They'll still cheat. They'll leave you. They don't care. So you were holding your vows a little higher than possibly he was, and I just think that she is better off without him. Which, I mean, if he decides to go back to her, she'll take him back. And I feel sorry for the little girl, though, for her calling him daddy. And I hope that Chevelle does let him, stay a part of her life. Sarah and Michael. I'm so glad. A part of me was like, is Malcolm getting ready to take her back? And I think that he possibly may have, if she would have never said, it's not your business if I'm having sex with him. I don't understand. Like, she knows that she's on a show, right? Like, he would have found out regardless. So, I mean, if you can, if you're so grown that you're going to lay down and spread your legs, be so grown to say, yeah, Michael or Malcolm, maybe that was not the intention in the beginning, but me and you broke up, and so yeah, we did sleep together. I mean, how hard is that? Like, you make yourself look so stupid protecting this man who don't give a about you. I mean, he don't really give a about his kids unless it's obviously, TV time, because we see at the end it said Michael and whatever the hell that lady's name is are we're back together, but I mean, that was already a spoiler for a long time. Maria, yeah, are back together. And so we already knew that, but you think Michael, like, you think you're doing you, and but you're catching feelings and Michael's not. He can separate, compartmentalize you and another chick and another chick. You can't. So why do you keep doing you? Do you with someone else? And so the whole ring situation, that was definitely for TV, because if you really wanted to, well, I well, I thought it was for TV from the beginning. But when he didn't sleep with the girl, which he might have slept with the girl and we just didn't know, that was off camera. But when he didn't sleep with her and he was like, telling her that he was, trying to handle some stuff in his head, I think the girl, like, girl, you look so thirsty. It's Michael. You can't find nobody else to, get your rocks off with. She was very, very thirsty. She tried and tried. I'm sure her feelings were hurt if she did not succeed to have sex with this man. But I okay, if I didn't know the spoiler, I still would not have thought that Michael would have been faithful after he proposed and or reproposed and all of those things. So if I didn't know any of that, it's still Michael. He's not mature enough, like, to, or he, I don't think his maturity, or he's just not working fast enough to mature fast enough to just be like, okay, I'm going to, do right by my family. Because if he was, he would have answered the phone. I mean, that's just the first step. Answer the damn phone. So I don't want to say I was proud of Sarah, but I think her not saying yes was definitely so she could, say, you see, I didn't say yes to him because I knew she wanted to, because that smile on her potato face was saying hell yeah, not yes, hell yeah. So I mean, we're tired of Michael and Sarah. We know what's going to happen. He's going to come back, and and then he's going to leave again, and she's going to be mad and threaten, to go to the courts to get custody, which she should have still done. Yeah, like, okay, we're tired of seeing it. It was Megan, Maria, that other chick, and now Maria again, and whoever this, if he was with Maria whenever this situation happened that caused him to get arrested. I don't know if he's still in jail though. Leaving the little boy at the pool, and we still never found out who the. Now that's what they needed to tell. They needed to tell, like, show a snippet or record him on the phone with whoever the girl is, whose car that he had or rented the rental, but the girl had it in her name. They needed to leak that. Like, I mean, everybody's story is almost the same as it was from the beginning, and what we're 3 seasons in, and we're just kind of tired. Leak some good shit. But anyway, I don't even know when they'll be back on. Hopefully, there'll be some new people, and I'll see y'all then.